So tell me a little bit about Mary and her accident.
Um, about 2.5 years ago, when Mary was 19 and a half, she was in a car accident. She was a passenger in the back seat of the car. She bumped her head, I guess, against the roof of the car as the roof of the car hit a tree. So she had severe traumatic brain injury.
As a result of that?
And as a result of that, right, she's had a lot of issues, aphasia being a big thing. She cannot communicate or has language problems right now. That's one of her big problems.
And so what's her recovery process been like?
Initially, let's see, she was not expected to survive, first of all. But she did. She was in a coma for 2.5 weeks, and then she gradually emerged. She was in a trauma unit for a month, and then released to an inpatient rehab facility. She was there for almost 6 weeks. When she arrived at that facility, she had to learn everything again. She had to learn to lift her head, to hold her head, to sit up, to walk, to swallow. She couldn't eat yet at that point. She had a feeding tube for about 6 months. And after the 6 weeks there, she was released home, and I quit work, and I just have been with her 24/7 since then. And so she has come a long way since then.
So what kind of impact has that had on your family?
Greatly. A lot of things changed. Everything changed. Our outlook on everything, and we just kind of like I said, I quit work. We have a family business together to be with her. My husband now does his job and my job, both, works all the time. And she has an older sibling and 2 younger siblings. They have had to grow up very fast. They've done well, but obviously, Danny and Rachel, her younger siblings, were still in high school. Let's see, they were juniors in high school, and so the last 2 years of high school for them were a hard adjustment because of, us not being there for a while, and then me being with Mary all the time and all that. So it has been a big impact on.
Do you guys have other family locally that's able to help out?
We do have a large family, that's helped us survive. My family and my husband's family is very large. A lot of them are local, and a lot of them have helped out in a lot of ways, actually.
About what was Mary like before the car accident? She's a big tennis player.
Before the car accident, Mary was a very healthy young lady. She was very active in everything in school. She was she's an athlete. She was a second-year college student where she was a student athlete. She played tennis. In high school, she was also on track. She has played tennis since she's about 9 years old, and she was also in track a couple of years in high school. So she is very self-motivated, always has been, to drive herself, to run, play tennis. She excelled in school academically as well. She had a very good outlook, in where she was at, which now, has been somewhat derailed, but we've had to refocus her goals. And actually, she's a very determined young lady, always has been, and I think that's what's helped her survive and get to where she is now.
Now, what are some of the daily challenges that you have with Mary's recovery?
There's a lot of difficulties. Her communication is a big problem with the aphasia, although she has come a long way in that from where she initially was. I'm with her all the time, so I usually can tell what she wants to communicate, but it's hard in public or with other people or with strangers where it's very frustrating not to be able to speak or be understood. Although her writing has come a long way, she can write most anything now, and then she also has social issues where with her her frontal lobe brain injury, she struggles with knowing appropriate social behaviors.